We're currently outside of Mission San Diego de Alcala. Here's a statue of Junipero Serra next to the cross. And then you can see the beautiful church in the background. There's my mom. Here are some of the original bells from the road, and this would help the missionaries know that they were on the right track. For the road was called El Camino de Real, which means the King's Road, because the Spanish were trying to claim land for the king. So this is some of the original bells. These 5 bells right here let people know when it was time for work, church, and other things they would need to know. This was the first mission. Here's a look inside of the beautiful gift shop that this mission has. The church.
It's called the House of the Padres.
Casa de los Padres, which means House of the Fathers. So this is the room that Father Serra stayed in. So here's some photos. That's what it looks like on the inside. There's tons of photos. There's this. That says First Baptism in Upper California. Father Serra gives thanks to God. Martyrdom of Father Louis Jamie, I think is how you say it. And then there's all types of stuff. Oh, this is the room that we were in earlier. Then here's the robes. So
There's like a little kneeler down there that you could
oh yeah.
Statue of Mary.
So this is where Father Serra stayed when he was visiting. Then there's a little loft up there. Not really sure what's up there. And then there's a photo, fireplace. And then let's see what this is. So this is a map of the missions, I think. And then over here is a diorama of it. So this is pretty big. So over here is where we started. We're probably now like over here. So we still have a ways to explore. Here's a statue of Mary just outside of the door to the church. So this is outside of the church. Then up there's the bell tower, and there's two nice benches here. Over here there's a little cross, and then a little garden. If you come around this way, there's a little pond. Well, not pond, little wishing area. And then a statue of St. Francis right above it. And then there's some nice roses along. And then there's a statue of St. Joseph. And then down this way, there's multiple rooms. It's a la sacrista, which means a sanctuary, I think. La Sala, which means the living room. Then over here it says the museum. So let's go back this way and see what there is. First, there's a nice big crucifix of Jesus. And there's this nice window. Over here, there's a huge cactus and what looks like to be bamboo. And then these are made up of little tiles. And then I'm pretty sure these are the stations of the cross. And this says Museum Father Louis Jamie. So I'm gonna wait for my mom to go back there. So here is the Museum of Father Louis Jamie, who was martyred by the Indians. So I'm pretty sure we can actually go in. So over here, there's some artifacts. And there's some over here too. So I'm pretty sure these is what they would grind different things in. And over here, there's a bow and what is called a rabbit stick. And the bow helped hunt deer and different things, and the rabbit stick was thrown with great accuracy to hunt small game in open fields. The stick is carved similar to the Australian boomerang, however, it did not return to the hunter when thrown. Then here's some different things. Father Junipero Serra. Here is a photo of the Indians murdering him. And he was the first martyr of the missions. Then over here, there's some more artifacts. And then over here, there's a number of different things like a chalice, a monstrance, a statue of, I think, Jesus or Joseph. And then here, a crucifix and an old Bible and tons of different things. Then over here, there's an old bell. Now here's like a build of all the different missions. So right here is the one that we are at. And in here is the chapel. There's an altar, some chairs, and then there's some more things over
These
here.
were choir lofts, so you would sit there and...
Is this the Christ?
Oh yeah, maybe that's it.
So we're pretty sure this is from Pope Pius. And these are choir areas where the choir people would sit. And then over here, we've got some more of the stuff from the Pope.
Some old vestments they used to wear.
So descendants of the Native Americans built this to show a replica of what they used to live in. So that's super cool. This area right now that we're on is where Father Padre Luis Jamie was killed. And he was the first martyr of California. And then you got a cross here. Miss Cullen, any last thoughts on this mission?
This mission is incredible. It is a must for anyone wanting to learn more about the missions. You've got this beautiful church and the garden behind you. You have the first of all the 21 missions founded here, all kinds of museums, and the chapel. The church is breathtaking. You must come and experience the missions. Everyone.
Thank you for watching. If you're ever in San Diego, make sure you visit this mission because it's super amazing, whether you're a Catholic or you're just a tourist.